For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
Before we dig deep into this conversation about the future of our pitching staff and the tough decisions the front office is staring down, do me a huge favor and support the channel. If you live and breathe Milwaukee Brewers baseball like I do, hit that subscribe button right down there. It's the best way to make sure you don't miss a single technical breakdown or insider rumor as we navigate through this turbulent offseason. We're building a strong community here, the Real Brew Crew, and I want you in the starting lineup for this discussion. Now let's get down to business because the hot stove is heating up in Milwaukee and the smoke is coming from names we've learned to trust blindly. The 2025 season was that emotional roller coaster we know all too well. We finished with the best record in the National League, a massive achievement, but we hit that concrete wall called the Los Angeles Dodgers in the NLCS. That series exposed an open wound in our roster that hope alone couldn't heal. The reality is, to take down super teams in October, we need more firepower, and the front office knows it. The question is the price we're willing to pay. Jared Greenspan and Theo DeRosa, analysts over at MLB.com, brought up a discussion that's keeping a lot of fans up at night. The very real possibility of trading Freddy Peralta or Trevor Megill to bring in that elite bat we've been missing. I'm looking at this with the cold calculation of someone who's tracked Matt Arnold's moves for a long time. The Freddy Peralta case is the classic sell-high dilemma. Freddy has just 1 year left of contract control. If we look at the Brewers' operational history, we know we don't usually let valuable assets walk for free via free agency. The market value for a starting pitcher with elite stuff and the ability to wipe out hitters via strikeout like Peralta is astronomical right now. Teams desperate for rotation help would pay a premium package. The logic here is painful but understandable from a business standpoint. You trade 1 year of a guaranteed ace for perhaps 5 or 6 years of control of an established young hitter or a package of prospects who are MLB ready. Greenspan and DeRosa correctly point out that the Brewers have managed to hold on to Peralta so far, despite incessant rumors, but limited payroll flexibility, that euphemism we hate for tight budget, forces these creative maneuvers. I'm not saying I want to see Freddy go. He's the Latin soul of our rotation, the guy who brings the energy. But if the proposal involves a middle-of-the-order bat, someone who changes the tier of our anemic offense in terms of raw power, the conversation changes. We have to remember the competitive window is open right now. We aren't rebuilding. We are aggressively retooling. Trading Peralta would be a bet that our young arms can hold the line while the offense finally carries the load. It's a calculated risk, typical of our management, but it puts immense pressure on whoever stays. Following that line of thinking, Trevor Megill's situation is perhaps even more intriguing and possibly more likely to happen. Megill is coming off an all-star caliber season, proving to be one of the most reliable arms in high-leverage situations. However, if there's one thing Brewers management has taught us in recent years, think about the Josh Hader trade, it's that they view relievers, even elite ones, as the most volatile assets in baseball. Megill's value has never been higher. He's drawn real interest in the market, and for a team desperately needing offensive help, he is an extremely liquid trade chip. The logic is to swap the volatility of a reliever who can fluctuate from year to year for a position player who plays 150 games and brings stability to the lineup. And why this desperation for a bat? Let's look at the cold, hard numbers that explain our fall to the Dodgers. Last season, Milwaukee finished second to last in hard hit rate across the entire league. That is unacceptable for a team that wants to be a champion. We hit only 166 home runs, the 9th lowest number in the majors. In October, when opposing pitchers are elite and stringing together singles dries up, you need the long ball. You need that swing that changes the score instantly. We didn't have that. The front office made a minor move, trading outfielder Isaac Collins for Angel Zerpa, dealing from a position of strength our outfield depth to get an arm. The suggestion now is to do the inverse, use our pitching depth to acquire offensive impact. There is a cruel irony in the current market. The position with the most names available for trade seems to be second base, with guys like Brendan Donovan and Ketel Marte being floated around. But look at our infield with Bryce Turang and the versatility we already possess. Second base is the last thing we need. We need a corner outfielder with power or a first baseman who terrorizes right-handed pitching. Fit is the key here. It's no use bringing in a famous name if he doesn't solve the problem of a lack of slugging. If trading Megill or Peralta brings back a hitter with an OPS of over 850 and contract control, as much as it hurts to see our pitchers leave, it's the move that puts the team closer to the trophy. The Milwaukee Brewers are at a crossroads. Keep the elite rotation and hope the offense improves internally, or sacrifice a beloved arm to bring in the piece that was missing against Los Angeles. I view these potential moves not as a teardown, but as a necessary recalibration. The front office knows the clock is ticking and the fan base is tired of close calls. Watching the next few days will be vital, because if one of these two gets dealt, the return will dictate exactly what our ambition is for 2026. This news shakes the structure of the team. Losing Peralta or Megill is a tough blow to our pitching-first identity, but the offensive numbers don't lie. We need power. I want to hear from you. Would you trade the security of Freddy Peralta on the mound for a 30-home run hitter? Or do you prefer to keep the pitching strong and take a chance with the current offense? Leave your opinion in the comments. It's crucial. We understand the pulse of the fan base right now, and don't forget, for quick and deep analysis as soon as news breaks, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you at the next update.